Hello friends, welcome in EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Ashok Sharma, Assistant Professor and Ramalinga Fellow, Department of Biochemistry, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. Dear friends, today we will discuss Module M31, Introduction to Epigenetics. We will discuss about epigenetics in detail. As we know that many cellular processes including gene expression and DNA replications are regulated by classical genetics mechanism. This means that they are controlled by promoters, enhancers or binding of the repressor proteins that are present or absent in the DNA sequence. Strong evidence suggested that rare mutations of severe effect are responsible for complex human diseases. Current sequencing technologies offer the possibility of finding rare diseases, cause mutations, and the gene that harbor them. One of the promises of the Human Genome Project was that it could revolutionize our understanding of the underlying causes of disease and aid in the development of preventions and cure for more diseases. Unfortunately, genetics has been found to account for only about 10% of diseases. The remaining 90 to 95% have their roots in the environment and lifestyle. Current scientific discoveries suggest that genetics alone cannot explain human variation and disease. Cells of human as well as other multicellular organisms are genetically similar but structurally and functionally different due to the differential expression of genes. These differential gene expressions arises in the organism during development and also retain through mitosis. Such committed alterations are called epigenetics because they are heritable in the short term but do not encompass mutations of the DNA itself. In this module, following objectives we will cover in today's class. What is epigenetics? Different mechanism of epigenetic regulation of gene expression, nuclear organization and its role in epigenetic modifications. And finally, genomic imprinting and epigenetic reprogramming, and along with that we also study the environmental influence on epigenetic control, and finally we look out role of epigenetics and human disease. Now we will discuss these objectives in detail one by one. Okay, I have one question from you. Could you able to read above these lines in the slides? I think you are facing the problem to read these lines in proper way. So, what are the problem? Here, I tell you, the basic problem here is there no space, punctuation and comma etc. That is the main reason you are not able to read it and interpret it. Now you see this cartoon picture. In first line, what is written here? Let's eat grandpa. In second line, let's eat comma grandpa. So, what is the basic difference in these two sentences? The difference is only comma because all alphabets in these two lines are similar. This comma completely changes the meaning even without changing any alphabets in these lines. So, according to first line, life of the grandpa in danger. But according to the second line, you give respect and invite the grandpa for to eat the food. So, coma is rock and has the capacity to change the phenotype. Now, you guys think about genomic programming of twins which have the similar genomic program. One twins get disease like cancer, but other one is absolutely fine, even both having same genetic programming. So there is lot of disease example like cancer occur without change in genetic program. Now, if you put all the requirements like space, comma, bracket, etc. in above lines of this slide, the final easily readable sentence is heritable, cellular or organism phenotypes, typically gene expression not encoded by DNA sequence. This is called epigenetics, and factor like space, comma, bracket, etc. are called epigenetic marks. The Conrad Hall Waddington was a British developmental biologist, geneticist, embryologist, and philosopher who laid the foundation for system biology, epigenetics, and evolutionary developmental biology. He coined the term epigenetics. The word epigenetics derived from the Greek word epi for over or above, and genetics or the science of heredity. Thus, epigenetics defined as the study of mitotically and meiotically heritable changes in gene function that cannot be explained by changes in DNA sequence. Enzymatic modifications of cytosine bases and histone proteins in the nucleosome core provide heritable epigenetic information, that is called epigenetic marks, that is not encoded in the nucleotide sequence of the cell. In the 20th century, developmental biology and genetics were separate disciplines. The history of epigenetics is linked with the study of organism, evolution, and development. Genetic factors that underlie traits such as height and weight are currently under scrutiny using genome-wide association method or called GWAS. Organisms with same DNA sequence such as monozygotic twins and cloned animals frequently present different phenotypes. The increasingly popular term epigenetics embodies a partial explanation of both phenomena, but during past 50 years, the meaning of the term epigenetics has itself undergone an evolution that parallels our dramatically increased knowledge of the molecular mechanism underlying regulation of gene expression in eukaryote. This figure representing the timeline of epigenetics. Since the discovery of histone code of epigenetic information in 1983, the epigenetics of human cancer has been in the shadow of human cancer genetics. This timeline traces the field from its conception to the present day. It also addresses the genetic basis of epigenetic changes, an emerging area that promises to unite cancer genetics and epigenetics and might serve as a model for understanding some interesting phenomena like how cell types vary despite having the same DNA, why identical twins can have differences, and how your grandparents' diet can affect your health and more. Dr. Weddington also introduced the concept of genes and their regulation via an epigenetic landscape as controlling cell fate and how cells become specialized, popularly called Weddington's epigenetic landscape. It is a metaphor for how gene regulation modulates development and illustrate the various developmental pathways a cell might take towards differentiation. The epigenetic landscape integrates the connected concepts of competence, induction, and regulative abilities of the genes into a single model designed to explain cellular differentiation. In this figure, a series of branching valleys and ridges depicting stable cellular states and the barriers between those states has been a popular visual metaphor for cell lineage specification. The features of the landscape, including the hills and valleys, the genes and string, and the points which each path branches are important to Weddington's argument. The hills and valley direct different path of development of the cell may takes. The developmental pathways are the low point of the landscape where the ball is likely to roll. The height and slope of the ridges to the valley confer tolerance to the environmental effect on the developing system, symbolizing the ability of the genes to regulate differentiation. The actual pathway taken in this model is determined by the starting location of the cell. The genes interacting bend the landscape and the inductive events experienced by the cells. Gene expression is regulated at various levels that orchestrate the regulation of genes at the molecular level in mammalian cells. There are three main classes of epigenetic marks. First, a modification at the DNA level, example DNA methylation. B. Histone modification, the histone code like histone acetylation, histone methylation, histone phosphorylation and histone ubiquitination. Along with that, C. Non-coding RNA mediated epigenetic regulation. Recent evidences suggest that the epigenome is dynamic and changes in response to the environment, diet, disease and aging. The different mechanisms that control epigenetic changes do not stand alone, and there is a clear interconnection and interdependency between them as shown in this figure. All these mechanisms, together with action of transcription factors and ATP-dependent chromatin remodeling, will establish unique epigenetic states, resulting in alterations and regulation of gene expression. Epigenetic modifications are also play very crucial central role in many cellular processes and essential to many organisms. Functions such as imprinting, X chromosome inactivation, cellular reprogramming and senescence. The relationship of histone and DNA methylation is bidirectional. In addition to histones playing a role in the establishment of DNA methylation patterns, DNA methylation is important for maintaining patterns of histone modification through cell division. Unlike an individual's genetic makeup, epigenetics marks can be influenced by exposure, diet, and aging. Detail of these different mechanisms, especially DNA methylation that control epigenetic changes, we will study in next module in detail. Now, we discuss about nuclear organization and its role in epigenetic modification. As we know that the nucleus is a membrane-bound structure that contains the genetic material of a cell. The nucleus is not just a storage compartment for DNA, it is also the site of some essential cellular process. First, DNA can be duplicated in the nucleus. This process is called replication and create an identical copy of DNA. Creating two identical copies is the first step in the cell division, where each new cell will get its own set of instructions. Second, the nucleus is the site of transcription. The central dogma of biology states that DNA is copied into the RNA, which is then turned into protein, as shown in this figure. Each adult human body has over 200 distinct cell types that share an almost identical genome sequence. In addition to the genomic sequence, reversible chemical modifications occur on DNA and histones, which contribute significantly to cell diversity. Through dynamic regulation of global gene expression, most of the functions of the nucleus are intimately related to events that occur in the cytoplasm. For example, translation of mRNA by cytoplasmic ribosome is the end result of the transcription of DNA in the nucleus and the processing of resulting RNA. Genomic DNA in eukaryotic cells is packed with special protein termed histones to form protein DNA complex called chromatin. The eukaryotic chromatin is made up of fundamental repeating unit of nucleosomes. As shown in figure, nucleosome is a basic unit of DNA packaging in eukaryotes, consisting of a segment of DNA wound in sequence around 8 histone protein cores. The nucleosome core particles consist of about approximately 146 base pair of DNA wrapped in 1.67 left-handed superhelical strands around the histone octamer, consisting of two copies each of the core histone H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. The repeating nucleosome units are commonly referred to appear as beads on a string when seen under a microscope. The core histones are tightly packed in globular region with amino terminal tails that extended from the globular region, making them accessible to histone modifying enzymes. Another protein termed linker histone H1 interact with a stretch of free DNA termed linker DNA, which is approximately 10 to 18 base pair in length, links between the nucleosomes. It functions in the compaction of chromatin into higher order structure that comprises chromosomes. This organization of chromatin allows DNA to be tightly packed, accurately replicated and sorted into daughter cells during cellular division. Eukaryotic chromatin is kept flexible and dynamic to respond to environmental, metabolic, and developmental cues through the action of a family of so-called nucleosome remodeling ATPases. Chromatin remodeling is the rearrangement of chromatin from a condensed state to a transcriptionally accessible state, allowing transcription factors or other DNA binding proteins to access DNA and control gene expression, or conversely promote packaging into tightly folded structure. In general, the more condensed the chromatin, the harder it is for transcription factors and other DNA binding protein to access DNA and perform their duties. When chromatin is tightly packed and not actively being transcribed, it is called heterochromatin. Heterochromatin is a prevalent chromatin state of DNA sequences that have critical function in controlling chromosomal stability and prevention of mutations and translocations. When chromatin is more loosely packed and therefore accessible for transcription, it is called euchromatin. Euchromatin is the region where DNA is accessible, representing an open conformation due to the relaxed state of nucleosome arrangement. The genomic region of euchromatin are more flexible and contain genes in active and inactive transcriptional states. Encyclopedia of DNA Elements, generally called ENCODE project, pilot project provide insight into the shape of chromatin architecture in which the genome is organized into open or closed chromatin. Territories representing higher order functional domain with distinctive distribution patterns of the epigenetic marks as shown in figure. Remodeling activities are commonly integrated with other mechanisms such as histone modification or RNA metabolism to assemble stable epigenetic states. Epigenetic modification to histone protein such as methylation, demethylation, and acetylation, deacetylation can alter the structure of chromatin, resulting in transcriptional activation or repression. But if these modifications occur improperly, they can lead to major adverse health effects such as cancer or other congenital diseases. The high incidence of both structural and epigenetic abnormalities in embryos cloned by somatic nuclear transfer implies a need for characterizing molecular parameters which can assess the developmental potential of pre-implementation embryo. Genomic imprinting and epigenetic reprogramming are regarded as a central issue that transports somatic nuclear transfer into the realm of assisted reproductive technologies. Imprinting has a great impact on normal mammalian development, fetal growth, metabolism, and adult behavior. There are about 150 imprinted genes known in the mouse and about half that in humans. The epigenetic imprints regarding the parental origin are established during male and female gametogenesis, passed to the zygote through fertilization, maintained throughout the development and adult life, and erased in primordial germ cells before the new imprints are set. Egg and sperm each contributes the same DNA sequences to the zygote, but epigenetic imprinting of a subset of genes determines that only one of the parent alleles are expressed relative to the parental origin. Generally, two copies of genes are inherited, one copy from mother and another copy from father. But with imprinted genes, only one copy of gene inherited. Depending on the gene, either the copy from mother or the copy from father is epigenetically silenced. Silencing usually happens through the addition of methyl group, means hypermethylation, during egg or sperm formation. The epigenetic tag on imprinted genes usually stay put for the life of the organism, but they are reset during egg and sperm formation, regardless of whether they came from mother or father. Certain genes are always silenced in the egg and others are always silenced in the sperm. Thus, genomic imprinting is an epigenetic phenomena that causes gene to be expressed in a parent of origin specific gene expression of marked or imprinted genes during gametogenesis and embryonic development. Primordial germ cells inherit biallelically imprinted genes from maternal and paternal origin and erase their imprints to start de novo monoallelic imprinting during the gametogenesis, as shown in this figure. Epigenetic paternalization is an ongoing process in the mitotically dividing spermatogonia stem cells and derived mitotically dividing spermatocyte progeny to endosperm with imprinted alleles. Epigenetic maternalization is restricted to the oocyte growth phase of folliculogenesis and is unrelated to DNA replication, since it takes place while the oocyte remain in the diplotin stage of meiotic prophase 1. Sperm and oocytes' genomic methylation pattern depend on the activity of DNA methyltransferase DNMT. A variant of DNMT1 designated DNMT0 accumulate in the oocyte nuclei during the follicular growth phase. Global demethylation takes place gradually up to the morula stage. In the blastocyst, de novo methylation is re-established in the inner cell mass but not in the trophectoderm. Both the significance of genomic imprinting and the severe developmental defects caused by disrupted DNMT activity point to a need for a better understanding of the cause of low cloning efficiency by somatic nuclear transfer to enucleated ovulated oocyte. Now we discuss about effect of environmental factors on epigenetic regulation of gene expression. As we know that environmental factors play very crucial role during fetal development and can influence the risk for cardiovascular disease and metabolic disease later in life. There are several lifestyle factors have been identified that might modify epigenetic patterns such as diet, obesity, physical activity, tobacco smoking, alcohol consumption, environmental pollutants, psychological stress, and working on night shift, etc. These environmental factors can alter epigenetic regulatory features such as DNA methylation and microRNA expression and could thereby influence gene expression and phenotypes. Although the underlying mechanisms remain largely unknown, particularly in humans, mechanistic insights are emerging from experimental model system. The interplay between the environment and human genome has been traditionally presented under the framework of gene-environment interactions. In gene-environment interaction, the genetic polymorphism that modify the effects of environmental exposure are transmitted transgenerationally according to Mendelian genetics, while epigenetic differences determining disease like could make individuals less or more vulnerable to environmental insults. More recent studies in animal models have begun to characterize epigenetic modifications that are influenced by the intrauterine environment. For example, feeding a low protein diet to pregnant rats cause low birth weight, hypertension, and endothelial dysfunction in the offspring. Now, we will discuss some examples of environmental influence on epigenetic control. Example 1. In a bee hive, there are many thousands of workers bee that all serve one queen bee. Although the queen bee and worker bee is genetically identical, but queen bee live up to 28 times longer, grows 3 times larger, and lays about 2000 eggs when she is most fertile. The only difference between the queen bee and the worker bee is their source of food. The queen bee is the only bee that is allowed to consume the protein-rich royal jelly diet. Now let's see another example. Two mice, as shown in this figure, have the exact same genes. The difference between the two is that only one mouse was deprived of important nutrients called methylator, like vitamin B12 and folic acid, and ended up becoming obese, while the other mouse was given all of the essential nutrients and remained lean and healthy. This is very interesting, the effect of diet on epigenetic mechanism. Now let's we see another example of epigenetics is demonstrated with the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. The caterpillar clothes itself in a cocoon, at which time it completely dissolves, then reforms into a butterfly. The caterpillar has the exact same gene as the butterfly, but the genes are expressed differently depending on its life stage. Thus, these experimental results clearly suggested that environmental factors including food habits play very crucial role in epigenetic regulation of gene expression and directly influence fetal development as well as health. This figure representing the some example of epigenetic disease and their cause and symptoms. These diseases may be caused by direct modification in epigenetic marks such as DNA methylation, commonly found to affect imprinted gene regulation and histone modification. Also described the disease causing genetic mutation in epigenetic modifiers that either affect chromatin in trans or have a cis effect in altering chromatin configuration in different cancers, autoimmune disorders, neurological disorders such as Fragile X syndrome, as well as Huntington, Alzheimer, and Parkinson's disease and schizophrenia. Now, dear friends, we summarize this module as follow. As we know, Dr. Waddington, which is a well-known embryologist, coined the term epigenetics. Epi means above, genetics is the science of heredity. So, epigenetics defined as the study of mitotically and or meiotically heritable changes in gene function that cannot be explained by changes in DNA sequence. And epigenetic explained by very well by Dr. Waddington through Waddington epigenetic landscape, which is a series of branching valleys and ridges depicting stable cellular states and the barriers between those states, which represent the visual metaphor for cell lineage specifications. There are different type of mechanisms that control epigenetics as we discussed in the module. Changes like DNA methylation, histone modification, and incorporation of histone variants and non-coding RNA mediated epigenetic regulation. As we know, nucleosome is the basic unit of DNA packaging in eukaryotes, consisting of segment of DNA wound in sequence around 8 histone protein cores. And during this process, nucleosome remodeling enzymes play a very crucial role in the rearrangement of chromatin from a condensed state to a transcriptionally accessible state called euchromatin with distinctive distribution pattern of the epigenetic marks. And all these epigenetic modifications like DNA methylation and histone modifications of DNA sequence and histone protein such as methylation and demethylation and acetylation and deacetylation of histone core can alter the structure of chromatin resulting in transcriptional activation of or repression. More important phenomena is genomic imprinting is also a epigenetic phenomena that cause genes to be expressed in parent of origin specific gene expression of marked or imprinted genes during gametogenesis and embryonic development. Environmental factors play a very crucial role during fetal development and can alter epigenetic regulatory features such as DNA methylation and microRNA expression and could thereby influence gene expression and phenotype. For example, feeding a low protein diet to pregnant rats cause low birth weight, hypertension and endothelial dysfunction in the offspring. Epigenetic modification like DNA methylation influence the development and human disease including different cancer, autoimmune disorder. Hope you understand these modules and if you have any questions, please contact us. Thank you very much.